All right, you ready to go for real?
Sure.
We back. It's the Height Differential. That's the 6'6" Neil. I am the 4'10" Nick. It's going to be the first show where we don't have college football, NFL, really college hoops. We've been doing this since August. This is episode number 40 somehow. I was looking at that today. It's kind of crazy. But the first time that we do not have any of those three to talk about, to break down. But we do still have plenty to talk about. We'll talk about the Masters. Talk about the NBA. There's a rule that's keeping a lot of people from being eligible from being MVP. We'll talk some City Connects jerseys, which a lot of teams released those last week and played in them over the weekend. The Kings game, I was there working it on Friday, and you and the Juice Man and everybody was at the local establishment watching every bit of the action. The game ended with on a penalty, not actually scoring.
Stupid.
Still have plenty to talk about, and then we also have What Would Joe Do to close it. But before we get started, if you're watching live or catching this later, make sure to subscribe to the Height Differential. However you listen to pods, rate it, leave a review. Also, follow us on social at Height Differential. Rory McIlroy, back to back. Only the fourth person ever to do it, and the people that are in that category are all really, really good at golf. Jack did it in 65 and 66. Yep. Nick Faldo did it in 89 and 90. Tiger in 01, 02. And now Rory, who couldn't get the elusive Masters, did it last year to complete the Grand Slam and now has won 2 in a row.
Yeah. I mean, incredible. I mean, good for Rory. I mean, he went all that time going into last year. Will he ever win that elusive Masters and complete that career Grand Slam? And he finally broke through last year and came back this year and basically owned the course. I mean, he started out on fire, absolutely on fire. It was 12 under after the first 2 rounds, had a 6-shot lead going into the weekend. And then, you know, as you expect on Masters Saturday and Masters Sunday, things get a little more difficult. And he ended up shooting even par total for the last 2 rounds, but that was still good enough to hold his lead. And he ends up beating Scottie Scheffler by 1. But good for Rory. Had his parents, I saw in the gallery, also with his wife and daughters. A family affair for the McIlroys yesterday at Augusta.
No, and dude, you talk about his Friday. And he had 9 birdies on Friday alone. Went 34-31. 31 on the back to build that 6-stroke lead. And you're seeing him do that on Friday afternoon. He's up 6 on everybody. He's up 12 on the world number 1. Scottie Scheffler, who has had slow starts this year, and it's something that he has been able to fight back, but not really overcome and get wins. We see this story again this week. But on Friday, where everybody was really scoring, Scottie just couldn't figure it out and built himself. He was playing in the morning too. And he just dug himself a hole 12 deep. Like you said, Rory goes into Saturday and does struggle. And then Cam Young shoots 65 on Saturday to pull even. So then all of a sudden, you're going to Sunday. You've got Cam Young and Rory up there at the top. And the one that I was looking at was Justin Rose, who was he was 3 back starting the day. And after what he went through last year, getting to that playoff against Rory and losing in the first playoff hole, he's came in second 3 times prior to this year. His name's on the trophy 3 times for coming in second. So I was really kind of hoping to see Justin Rose be able to get that elusive Masters, get that green jacket. And there was a point on Sunday where I was like, oh, dang, this is really going to happen. Rory has that double on that 3-putt on 4.
Yep.
And then he bogeys 6.
Yeah.
Cam Young flies the green on 7 after bogeying 6 and ends up bogeying 7, goes back to back. And Justin Rose goes on a little heater birdies 5, 7, 8, and 9, gets up to where he's 2 up, heading to the back. And you're like, after all his close chances, this might be it. And he gets to Amen's corner. And look, dude, first off, you got to give Rory credit because after that double and after that bogey, he had back-to-back birds on 7 and 8 to kind of calm everything down and get everything right.
Yeah.
But he still needed some help to get the lead. And 11's a tough hole. And I don't know if you saw Rose, but he like actually pulled up before his approach shot. It's like 200 in. And he just, the water's on the left, so you don't want to go left. And he flew it so far right. And then he got to go over that bunker, but you can't go too far because it'll roll in that same water. And then he bogeys. He gets to 12. He goes long. He chunks his chip, bogeys, back-to-back bogeys. And then Rory really won it with his tee shot on 12, the one over the bunker that just rolled down. And Cam Young had a great shot on that hole too.
Yeah.
It's just he couldn't make a putt all day. Rory
No.
makes his putt, and then he bombs it down 13. 13, he hadn't had a good drive all week. And has the best drive of his tournament on 13, ends up birdieing. Those two shots I thought were one of his tee shot at 12 and 13. And it's just he made the plays that he had to make down the stretch, and Justin Rose and Scotty just didn't have enough because I think he went
Wow,
like 4.
if Scotty's putt on 17 that he missed, I mean, I don't know how it didn't go in. It was just a centimeter off. I mean, that goes in, and we might be looking at a playoff and a potential Scotty Scheffler green jacket instead. But that's the
Well,
way
if
golf is.
Scotty went 4 through 14 without only pars.
Yeah,
So while everybody is just kind of Rory was kind of in neutral, not really making moves, Scotty had opportunities, and he had a couple big par saves. You said he went bogey free over the weekend. The
yeah. He's
first time
since
since
1942 where he went. But only player since 1942 to go bogey free on the weekend. He had 9 birdies and an eagle over the final 2 rounds, and no bogey.
But then he finally does get those 2 birdies on 15 and 16, and nobody was birdieing 17 all day on Sunday.
He's so
And
close.
the whole way, it looks like that's going in. The whole way. And just doesn't fall. That changes the outlook of Rory's 18th hole dramatically if
Yeah,
that falls, and he's going to the 18th up 1 instead
yeah.
of 2.
And how about the camera work on the 18th hole on Rory's? Was it his tee shot that
No,
or second shot
it was the second shot.
that nobody knew where the ball was? Nobody
Like
had a
there was
clue.
you see a ball in the bunker and you're like, is that Cam Young or is that Rory?
He had no
I don't
idea.
know. I don't know who it is. But also think about how much goes into broadcasting
Yeah,
golf.
it's hard.
Like they're all over the place. It's like NFL Red Zone, but it's just every single time. It's golf. Like I mean, there's players all over the course. You're trying to get as many shots as you can. And you still get upset when you're watching. We're like, why aren't you showing this guy? Why aren't you showing this guy? But yeah, you're right. Like on 18, no idea where his shot was going. Dude, this is the thing about Rory and why he's so hard to beat. Like he led the field in driving distance by 5 yards. He averaged 335 yards off the tee. The second closest was Goddard up at 329. Now, if you look at those two guys compared, you're gonna be like, this dude, Goddard's going to be hitting the ball a lot farther
Yeah,
than
you would
Rory.
expect that. Yeah.
But Rory's body, I like his flexibility. I don't know what it is because he's not. I mean, he's stocky, but he's not a super big dude. But he led the field in driving distance. He ranked second to last in fairways hit. Out of 56 fairways, he hit 31 for the week. But just like that shot on 18, like he hit it so far right that he almost helped him have a look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, as somebody who hits the ball 180, if I'm lucky, If I get a downhill roll, I could maybe get to 190. Like, just the fact that you can hit the ball that far, it just doesn't even seem real to me.
It's incredible. I don't know, but it was a wild Sunday, and like you said, after the double bogey and the bogey from Rory, and you know, what do we have? Three different solo leaders within the span, I feel like, of like maybe 45 minutes. I mean, Cam Young, the door
Well,
was open.
at the
Like
beginning
Rory leaves the door open, and Cam Young, instead of taking advantage, he goes 3 bogeys out of his last 4 holes on the front side, and then doesn't even birdie anything on the back. He's just straight pars on the backside. Couldn't make a putt like we talked about. You mentioned Scotty Scheffler, just straight pars from 4 to 14 and before he finally gets hot toward the end, but, it was a little too late. And then with Justin Rose, like you mentioned, he was on fire on the front 9, had the 4 under on the front, has the solo lead by 2, and then he goes 3 over on the back. Or 2 over on the back, sorry, 2 over on the back. Like, the
well,
door was open. The door's
it
open, and nobody could kick it down.
well, it's not just 2 over either. Like, so Justin Rose bogeyed 11 and 12, but
Yeah,
then 13 is a gettable par 5.
yeah.
And dude hit an incredible second shot to get on the green, was above the hole, had like a 15-footer for eagle.
Oh, he
After
three-jacked it. Yeah.
after back-to-back bogues to where you've given up the lead, now you've got a chance to get those 2 right back. And you slide it past,
He
and then you
three-jacked.
don't make the comebacker, and
Yep.
that par is just like getting another bogey because the majority of the field is birdie in that hole.
Yeah.
And you could tell that it was getting to Justin Rose a little bit on 14. He had another good drive on 14. He's in the fairway. But just like I said on 11, where he pulled off his ball, on 14, you see him yelling at somebody because they started a golf cart or something. And like at that point, to me, like I could just kind of tell that he was in his head a little bit. And he never really he had another birdie coming down the stretch, but never really had a chance to got to where he was in a spot to win it again. Um, you talk about Cam Young. Yeah, he had the lead after 6 holes, uh, but he bogeyed 6, and then he bogeyed 7, came back, birdied 8, and then bogeyed 9,
Bogey
and
9. Yeah.
after that, he parred out the rest of the way. We talk about Rory shot on 12. Cam's was just as good. It was just a little bit outside of him, but Rory made his, and Cam Young didn't.
Correct.
And really down the stretch, it was. I mean, the last couple holes, it was either Scotty or Rory, and I just keep going back to that. If that putt goes in on 17, I think this thing's a lot different because if I mean, Rory knew that all he had to do was bogey to win it. When that's the case, it gives you a little leeway. If he knows he has to par to win that, then that bunker shot is a lot different than what it was. But dude, here's another thing, Cam Young shot 40 on Thursday to start the tournament on the front.
Yep.
Shot 40. I think
4 over through 9. Yeah, he bounced. Yeah, you're right. I was looking at that because that was your pick to win the thing, and I was about to text you and make fun of you when I saw that he was 4 over. But I'm glad I didn't.
well, I mean, if you wanna get into that,
No, we don't want to get into that. No.
our draft, I think we have to. One of the most dominating performances in the history of height differential drafts.
Who were my
That
top? Give me my picks again. Let's go through the picks again.
well, let's go through an order of the draft. You pick Bryson, or I pick Scotty first. Scotty comes in second.
I picked Shot Xander.
Your first pick was Bryson and Xander.
Yeah, Xander was my first pick. He was
No,
T9. He had an okay tournament. It wasn't great, but
and
he
then
finished 8
Bryson got
under.
cut as he blew up on 18 and decided just to go home.
He sure did.
And
What
then
do you,
you allowed me to take Rory with the 4th pick, and then I get Cam Young with the 5th pick. So as my first 3 picks, I have first, second, and third. Then you get it back. You take Obear, who finished 21st. You get Fleetwood, who finished 33rd. And then I get to come back and take Jay Rose, another 3rd place finish. And then my lone player not to make the cut, was Akshay, and then you took Goddard up, and Goddard up finished 24th. But
I
after
mean, we both had one guy miss the cut, and the rest of my guys were top 30, just not top 5
or top three,
or top 3.
I had first,
Oh, we're
second,
top
and two top threes in my four.
yeah,
You had a tied for ninth, a tied for 21st, a tied for 24th, and a tied for 33rd.
wasn't great.
And we both had a cut guy.
Yeah.
How many? So everybody's talking about. You've seen all this talk where everybody's kind of. Rory talked about how he had practiced there several times.
Yeah.
He had taken his kid to school, gets on a private jet, flies to Augusta,
Yes, I heard
plays
about
it,
that.
flies back,
Yes.
and everybody's, oh, that's why he won, because he gets to practice so much. What you got anything on that?
I mean, it's an advantage. I mean, the more you get to go play Augusta, the
They
better you're
all can
probably
play
gonna
it.
be in the Masters.
They all
What?
have the right to play it. If you're in
No,
the field, you can play it. Now,
sure.
do they have the
Well,
luxury of having a private jet?
not all of them. No,
Not all of them.
and Rory's sitting out some of these, tournaments that he doesn't need. Like a lot of these guys that are playing the Masters, like they might need the world golf ranking points, and so they're playing in some tournaments that Rory's probably like, I'm too good for this. I'm not. I can sit this one out. And so while they're playing in Texas or they're playing in Hawaii or they're playing in wherever California, Rory's going taking a little Tuesday flight up to Augusta, and he's back home for dinner to pick his kid up from school. So is it an advantage? I mean, absolutely. I mean, how's it not an advantage? But Rory's good enough, and he's been good enough over his career. He's earned that advantage.
Yeah. And like I said, if you're in the field, you can go. You can practice there. Is there a limit? I don't know, but and I don't know how many times Rory practiced there. It's probably exaggerated, but are they going to tell Rory McIlroy, the defending champion, "Hey, Bob, no, it's been enough. It's enough practice time."
So you
Like,
think like a guy like a Maverick McNeely can just show up to Augusta, knock on the door, and they're gonna let him play?
yes,
Okay.
100%,
Okay. I didn't know if
100%.
like since Rory is now he's got his green jacket, he can basically do whatever he wants there. So
No,
I
it's
didn't know
if
if
you're
like
in
you
the
can just
field, if
show
you're
up.
in the field, you can practice.
But how do you know if you're in the maybe some of these guys just qualified like within the last couple of weeks?
Well, that was the case with Gary Woodland. So I don't know if he practiced. Like if he doesn't win last week, he's not in the field.
So he couldn't practice. So you're saying he couldn't show up to Augusta?
He wasn't in the field, so I don't think that he could. Now, look, he's a famous golfer who's been through a lot. Maybe they'd let him play. I don't know how that works, but if you're in the field, you are allowed to go practice.
Okay.
And some people just have private jets, which is an advantage. But guess what? Having a private jet is an advantage in a lot of things in life. You can do a lot of things that people that are getting in their cars, they like. And look, we drove past it on our way to Atlanta. There ain't no way to even get to that course and they know you're coming because you can't even see it. It's walled up.
Yeah.
You can't see anything.
Yeah.
Like we tried to get a glimpse of something and you can't see anything. It's wild. It is wild. How
Speaking of,
many do
hold on.
what?
Speaking of, we remember last week we talked about the food menu, and Michael Vanover, by the way, who has been to the Masters, agreed 100% with my $12 spent.
Well,
How about the
I'm glad you
dude?
got something right last week.
How about the dude that's just posted up all 4 days with the egg salad hat?
Different ones.
Different colors every time. The man just loves the egg salad, gets the egg salad hat. Would you
All
purchase an egg
variations.
salad hat sandwich? Or
All
an egg
variations.
salad sandwich hat? Would you purchase an egg salad sandwich hat?
Would I?
Yes.
No, I've never had egg salad in my life. I'm not I'm not an egg like the whole deviled eggs for Easter. Like y'all can have that. I don't touch
Yeah,
it.
I'm off that too. Yeah.
And
But
look, I know people love it and look forward to it. And you know what? You get even more because I'm not going to eat one.
Buddy
But
was getting
no,
crushed on. He was getting crushed on Twitter. Apparently, they have a pimento
how would you get
cheese hat.
crushed if you're passionate about egg salad and you've got all the hats
I don't
and
know.
you're going to be in the same spot and you get noticed?
I don't know. Apparently, they make a pimento cheese one that just says it's a red one, I think, or an orange one. One of the
Well,
two that just says pimento across it.
don't they have variations like the egg salad one?
I don't
he
know.
was wearing all different
There
colors.
was, like, 4 yeah, he did have 4 different colors, so maybe, but
I
if
would wear
they
a
do make a pimento
pimento.
you get a
I would wear
pimento
a
hat?
pimento cheese hat, yeah. I can get down with some pimento
Pimento
cheese.
cheese hat.
I can get down with that. But I'm glad you got something right. I'm glad your food menu purchases for 12 bucks was a success, and that you had other people agree.
Oh, we came to learn that what was the name of the beer that they call it? The specialty beer?
Crow's
It's
Nest.
it's apparently just a Blue Moon.
I think they lost their contract with Blue Moon, and they're like, "We'll just make our own." Or they just relabel it, is I don't know what they do,
I think they
but
might just relabel it. I don't
we
know.
still gotta figure out what the tomato pie is.
It's gotta be a slice of pizza, right?
I don't think it is. I think
No?
they would call that pizza.
It's like a fancy word for
You
pizza.
need to figure that out for next year.
The tomato pie. It's like a cheese pizza. I don't know.
But I know I was listening to Smiley Kaufman as I listened to his pod, and he was talking about the peach ice cream money.
Legit.
Also, the candy bar, which you think is just a regular old candy, they're talking about how good that candy bar is too,
Is it not
which
just a Snickers or something?
I don't
What
know. I don't know.
well, you went peach caramel corn crunch or something over there,
Hell
some
yeah.
popcorn or
I'll
something.
do it again.
Okay,
I'll do it again. What did
okay.
I got the pimento cheese.
You were
You
all over the
didn't
map. Oh, you were all over the map.
well,
You're
yours
getting
was a lot easier because once you
apple
go
slices
pimento
and
cheese,
cookies.
no, I didn't do apple slices. I think it just did a bag of chips. I just did a bag of chips. Dude, and Kisner is on that pod, and he's like, I think Rory had his B minus at very best B plus game this week. And he wins Masters. Which when you finish Friday at 12 and you finish at
I
12,
mean if you wanna average it out, I think he had his A game for the first 2 rounds, and he had his
well, he had his A plus game on
E
Friday.
I think he had his A if you grade him over the 2 rounds, I'd give him an A, and then if you grade him over the last 2 rounds, he gets probably a C. I think right around a B plus, something like that is probably fair for the whole tournament.
Does he Rory's 36 now, won his first one last year at the age of 35. I mean, he had gone since 2014, since his previous major win prior to last year, so went over 11
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
So now he's at 6 total and two Masters. Does he get another Masters, and how many majors does he finish with now?
How many majors did you say he was at?
6.
I'm gonna say he does get another Masters because I think he's got the monkey off his back last year. He knows the course. Apparently, he flies in on a random Tuesday for lunch and plays a quick 9 and goes and picks his kid up from school. So when you're there that much, I think, yeah, you probably are gonna probably win another Masters. I'm gonna say he finishes with a total of 9 majors.
And look, you could tell that he was comfortable that he won last year because he has struggled mightily on opening rounds, and he shot 67 this year, which he even talked about it. Look, that was kinda off my shoulders a little bit, having that pressure than never winning it. But you say 9?
I think by the time he hangs it up, he'll get 3 more majors somewhere in there.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's playing right now, I just him and Scotty, I think people are catching up, but they're still clearly the best 2 in the world. Would you agree with that? There's a little separation between
Yeah.
the rest of the field,
Yes.
and, I mean, I think it's gonna be that way for Cam Young's rising quickly, but I still think it's gonna be those 2 guys are still gonna be top 2, at least top 5 for the next couple of years. They're not gonna fall off that much. So, him winning 3 more, I think is doable. Could he get to 10? Yeah. The way he's playing in Augusta right now, I could see him easily getting another one. I say he gets another Masters, and we never would have said this before he won last year, but I think he gets to double digits.
I mean, to his credit, like, he's been at the top of his game for so long, and he's still doing this after being in, when was his first major?
I just looked it up. It
Like
was
2000 10, 11, somewhere like 10ish,
I think it was 11.
11. So, he's still at the top of his game that's this is 15 years later, and he's winning back-to-back Masters after, so 15 years later. And you look at other guys that
Oh, he
have,
was young too.
yeah, and but
He
you look
was
at other guys that have been, ranked at some point in their career as world number 1, you're like, "Oh, like, this is the next big thing." You're looking at guys like Jordan Spieth and guys like Brooks Koepka, who was at the top of his game, and he was winning a couple he won, like, 2 here and there, like, within the span of a couple years, and then they're gone. They have, like, those 2 to 3, 4 years where they're great, and then poof, they're gone.
well,
Just
Spieth dealt with injuries. Koepka went to Live,
but even
and he
before he went
won
to
one. He
Live,
did win one. He won one while he was at Live. But I mean, Koepka has 5. Like people forget about that.
but
Dude
he's
has
just
5
not
majors
but, like, you don't think of him as being great anymore, you know?
because he went to Live.
Yeah, I guess. But I also, like, even when he's played in some of these, I mean, he did finish T12, in this Masters, but I don't know, like,
Well,
there's
and
just, like,
look at the Live guys. Hatton had a great Sunday to finish 3rd, but and he was in the clubhouse at 10. But Rahm was terrible again. Bryson didn't make the cut. Well, he's not a Live, but no, he's still a Live guy. The Live guys just recently have not performed very well in majors, and I guess Hatton probably has performed most consistently.
yeah. I mean, like, a guy like Dustin Johnson, like,
I
when
mean,
he was winning
it's
the
not
US
even a
Open, like, Dustin Johnson was ranked up toward I mean, he was top 5, maybe he was even ranked number 1 in the world, like, you thought, make alright, he's the next one, and then he fell off before he even went to Live. And, like,
yeah, I agree.
I don't even know if I trust JT to win another major. He's got what, 2? But he's been ranked number 1 in the world, and it's like, alright, he's the next hot thing, and
It's hard.
he had some injuries, but it's like none of these guys sustain the success like Rory did and like Tiger did, and Scotty is on his way to doing that, I think,
I think he's
but
done
it's
it.
very possible Scotty could fall off in 2
I
years.
don't like
I don't think he will.
he's playing as poor as we've seen him
I
play,
know, I know. Well, no,
and he's
I
still
don't think
finishing
it will
top 5
happen.
every time.
I don't think it will happen. I think Scotty's one of those guys that's gonna end up like Rory and Tiger, where he's gonna
There's
be
no
the top
doubt.
of his game for 15 years. But a lot of these guys, the top of their game it's only 4 or 5 years, and then they're gone.
Look, and this I think is this I talked about Scotty and Rory being 1, 2, and there being a drop off. I still think no matter how far Rory hits the ball, if Scotty's playing his best golf, Rory ain't
Scotty's
beating you.
better. No,
Rory ain't
Scotty's
beating you.
better. I think Scotty's better. Yes, I agree.
And he hasn't put together 4 rounds this season. And I think it's gonna happen at some point because you've seen spurts. But he always has that one bad round. Thursday and Friday, he's fought to make several cuts this year, and then he's in it at the end of it. His streak of top 10s finally did come to an end,
Yeah,
but yeah, if they're both playing their best golf, Scotty's gonna win.
I agree.
I just go back to the fact that Rory missed he hit 31 of 56 fairways, was second to last. Marco Pinge was dead last. He was second to last
And still shoots
and
12 under.
still shoots 12 under and has 24 birdies. 24 birdies. Do you know how many holes they play in 4 days? They play 72 holes. That's a third. He's birdieing a third of the holes. And Scotty had 12 birdies, which is half, but Scotty also had a couple eagles to make up for that. I don't know. You get sad when the NCAA tournament is over. And I kind of feel the same way when the Masters is over.
Here, I'll pose one more Masters question to you. This was talked about at the Beer Notes 502 as we were watching the Sunday finale. Could a 20 handicap golfer go into the 18th hole of the Masters with a 6-shot lead? And you've got the gallery, like the patrons are there, you're on TV,
And
you're
you're playing from the tips, right?
you're playing from the tips, you're a 20 handicap with a 6-shot lead.
So that would mean
Could you
if
could you bring it home?
if you shoot a
So you would have
you get a quad.
yes, you need a sextuple bogey to tie and go to a playoff. I think you do, especially because, like, even if you spray your ball, you have ball spotters out there now. Like, you go to any of the courses that we play around here, like
I just
ULGC, like, if you hit one into the tall shit at ULGC, you're looking for it yourself. You hit it in the tall shit at the Masters, somebody's gonna find it for you. There's no water that I believe on 18, is there? Like, what would the hazard be
it's just
for
it's
you to get a
a tight
it is tight,
shot,
it's a tight tee shot. It is a tight tee shot.
but
I don't know if
I
I'm
think
taking driver.
I mean, I am because I don't have a choice.
Well, yeah.
But I don't think what we understand, like, we play Glen Oaks, and we play 17 at Glen Oaks, and we're like, "This is the hardest damn green that I've played." And, like, I consider myself a pretty good putter. I think it's where I catch up a lot because
Yeah,
I don't hit the ball that far.
yeah,
I've 4 putted on that green before,
yeah.
and, like, playing the 18th with that on the line,
But you could
I
four
don't
putt it as long as you get it to the green in 5
yeah,
shots.
I would like to think that I could get a 10.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that you could bring it home. I think that the average golfer would be able to bring it home. It might be close, but I think that they could do it.
But I want to be on that green where I can 3 putt to win. Like, if I have to 2 putt, like, if I get there and I have to 2 putt, the first putt better be really good
The
because
consensus going around the table yesterday was most everybody said no, that they did not think that the 20 handicap would hold the lead up 6. I was disagreeing with them. I think that person would win if it was me.
I I would like to say I could get a 10. But also, I don't hit the ball very far, and from the tips, dude, I might not even get it to the fairway, and then you don't know what you're dealing with. So, like, there's different elements to it,
Yeah.
but I would like to say that I would get a 10. Alright, before we close the book on the Masters, like, Scotty had to play with Haotong Li on Sunday,
Oh, yeah.
and
He was
dude
in the
goes
jungle.
on 12 on the back end of Amen corner, 12 and 13, dude goes triple, quad, and I think those 2 holes took over an hour because Scotty's just sitting in the fairway just waiting. Like, that has to hurt your chances a little bit, right? Having to deal with that?
Yeah. Yeah. I
And,
mean, dude
bro, like,
shot an 80. I mean, yeah, you go triple, and what's up?
quad.
Like,
He
it was
went
more than a
triple
quad.
quad.
It was a plus
No,
5.
he went 5 over. I
Yeah,
don't even know
5.
what
It
that
wasn't a quad.
is.
It was a
What is
5.
that?
I don't
A
know.
Cinco?
Quint? Is it a
A
quint?
quint? A quint?
No, that's
Or
a quint is a 7, right? A sex is
no?
a 6.
Well,
Quintuple?
that's are you talking about
No,
Spanish?
5? I don't know. Is 5 quintuple?
Seis is 6, siete is 7 in
Oh, but like a
Spanish.
sextuple bogey would be 6.
Sextuple, so I guess it's a quintuple
Quintuple.
bogey.
I think it's a quintuple. Yeah.
So dude went triple, quintuple,
And then birdie. And then a
and then
birdie.
and Scotty had to sit there and watch all this. Like, we've played golf with, like, when you play with slow guys, like, I hate it. I hate it, and it bothers me,
But
and
look at Hotong's front 9. He only had 1 par on the front 9. Everything else was a bogey or a birdie. Like,
I
just
will
no
say,
consistency. No
dude is a
consistency.
personality. They need more of him in golf because he's hilarious. But he tried to go for it on that par 5, 13, and I think he basically shanked it straight into the water. Didn't
Well, he
even
was
get
in
it
the
up in the air.
jungle. Is that the hole where he was up in the jungle?
Yeah, and then he hit it in the water.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
was entertaining.
that has to kill your momentum though when you're playing with a guy that's doing that. He shot 44. 44 on the back.
80 for the
Does
80 for the
Haotong Li, does that put the bow on the 2026 Masters? Are we
I
gonna
think it
close it with
does.
that?
I think we'll close with that.
On Friday night, the Louisville Kings hosted the Orlando Storm. A familiar foe was at quarterback for the Orlando Storm,
Little Jack Plummer?
your boy Jack Plummer. Uh, Good game. We finally saw the Kings move the ball a little bit. We talked about this off air. Like, I don't think you're gonna watch UFL if you really don't have a rooting interest. We have not watched it in the past, but now that we have a team, it's something to watch. And I want them to be successful. There was another good crowd there at Lynn Family Stadium on Friday night. Got to see the Artemis 2 land on the big screen before they kicked off, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Jason Beam made some good throws down the field,
I
but they
mean,
get it threw for over 300 yards.
yeah, I mean, it was Beam was 352, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Plummer, 249, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, it was some quality football for being, kind of minor leaguish.
It was entertaining, and the Kings score there late in the fourth quarter. Looks like they're going to go for two to try to win it, and instead they elect to throw out the extra point unit. They tie it, and then we go to overtime in the UFL. First time I've ever seen it. I'm working the broadcast. I don't even know what the rules are. I just know this is what I know. I know that we're having a 1-minute break between regulation and overtime, and then there's no more breaks. That's all I know.
Yeah.
But so they do a best out of 3 shootout style
Love it. Love it.
from the 5,
Yep.
and then if it's tied there, then they just alternate
Yes.
until sudden death. We get to the sudden death. Nobody scores. The Kings almost score. Benny Snell catches it, foot's out of bounds.
Well, it's out of bounds, yeah.
But we get to the sudden death, and the Kings have already had a holding penalty, I believe. It wasn't a
Yeah,
PI. I think it was a holding
they already had one defensive penalty. Yes.
and they don't convert offensively. So then it gets to the Storm. Run a play, and there's another defensive holding. I think it was again, right? Holding
Yeah,
penalty.
defensive. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I hear, because I've got the headset listening to everybody, and all of a sudden, Dean Blandino was like, "That's game." It was like, we're all like, "What?" So yeah, that's their second defensive penalty. That's an automatic score. Game's over. And that's how the game ends. On a penalty. You play all that 27-27. It's exciting. People are getting into it. Fans in the crowd are booing. They don't even know what's happened because it really
It ends
doesn't
on
explain to
nobody
them that well.
scores. Nobody scores, it just ends.
How?
It doesn't make sense. I mean, there's a lot of things that are good about the what do we got? UFL, USL, what is this thing called?
UFL. United
UFL.
Football League.
I love a 60-yard field goal is worth 4 points. Love that rule. Love some of the other things that they do. Love the
You can't punt
shootouts.
if you're inside the 50.
You can't punt. Yes,
So
once the
even if
ball
you
crosses,
cross,
even
if
yes.
you cross it, if you backpedal, so if you
Yeah,
get a
like if you
holding
take a
penalty
sack.
and it takes you still can't do it.
Right. Love this. Once the ball crosses the 50, no matter what, you can't punt. Love that rule. And I love the overtime shootout. Love the 3. It's kind of like the soccer shootout. You just get 3 tries. And I love that it's from the 5-yard line instead of like the 2 or whatever, like the normal 2-point conversion, because it actually makes you have to work a little bit instead of just running up tush push or something. Love all that.
Tush push is not an eligible play in the UFL.
Okay. Love that too. And then we get to probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, that you can end a game when nobody scores. In the first penalty, all right, I can understand in the same overtime if you get back-to-back penalties in the end zone or
Not
something.
the same overtime, same possession.
The same possession. Like the same possession of overtime. Like if you get back-to-back penalties on that possession, I can understand maybe like, okay, that try is good. Because otherwise, like you could just be here all night. Yeah. But the fact that it happened to the Kings, they had a defensive penalty on possession number 2. And then we go to a completely separate overtime, the sudden death portion, and they get another penalty, which was 2 possessions later, and it ends the game. Makes no sense. Like,
but you're right.
You went to like double overtime, basically.
I think they'll adjust this rule. I do think it'll get adjusted. What should have happened is if there was another penalty after penalty on the 4th try, then the game should have been.
Yeah, like 2 penalties on the same possession, I can see, all right, the try is good. But not two penalties 2 possessions later, like a penalty in 1 possession and 2 possessions later. No, like that doesn't make any sense. And then the game's just over. Like, like what?
Dude, I'm walking out and like fans I'll just hear them talking. It's like, what happened? Like, why did we lose? Like nobody It's just and I get it. I get it. I'm on headset listening to people, and I really didn't even understand what was going on. But
It's dumb. If you want to grow the game and you want people to, attend these games and watch these games on TV, you cannot end a game with no point when nobody scores on a
look, and
non-score.
they're figuring this thing out.
Well,
I do
Dean
think
Blandino's an idiot. We've known that
oh,
since
stop it.
he's and then he also there was a replay review, I think it was of a catch, wasn't
Hey,
there? That
yeah, it was a
went against
touchdown
the
by the
Kings.
Storm.
What?
It was a touchdown by the Storm.
Yes, that looked like it should not have been a touchdown. It was an incomplete pass that Redmond challenges, and then Dean Blandino screws that one up and gives the Storm a touchdown.
Well, I he said it was inconclusive, and
Inconclusive. It was not. I watched it. It was very
it
conclusive.
it could have been but he's the end all be all. Like, he's making the decisions,
That's the
and
problem. Can I have Dean
what
Blandino being
his
the end all
his
be all?
decision is what goes, and look, I don't know one way or the other. He thought it was inconclusive, which I you thought it was clearly incomplete,
Yeah,
like 100% without bias?
100%. Yes.
Well, Chris Redman felt the same way.
I Chris Redmond was right.
But see, the issue was that they told him, like, it's already been reviewed. And he was like, well, look at it. It's incomplete. It was like, well, it's already been reviewed. And he's like, well, look at it. And then he threw the flag anyways, which had no chance of getting
'Cause all
reviewed.
you had to do was look.
Which
I
they
don't know
already studied.
What is Dean Blandino looking at? Is he watching the wrong game? Is he sleeping? Is he
Well, there's
drunk?
only
What's
UFL
wrong with Dean
it's
Blandino?
made for TV, so there's only one game at a time. There's
Dean
not other
Blandino
games
comes
to
up with
watch.
stupid overtime
I don't think he
penalty
came
rules.
up with the rules
He came up
himself.
with stupid overtime penalty rules, and he can't see a replay review to save his ass. No, Dean Blandino, get him out. Get him out. Replace him. We need to bring in Gene. Where's Gene? Let's get Gene in here.
Well, I
Or
don't
Mike
think
Pereira.
Gene I
Carl's
don't think
favorite, Mike
I don't
Pereira.
think those are Fox guys. I don't think those are Fox guys.
Offer him some more money. Make him a Fox guy. Get Mike Pereira. Mike Pereira used to be a Fox guy. Is he not a Fox guy anymore?
I don't know. I think he is a Fox guy. The bottom
Tell
line
the truth.
is
Gene will get his
here
index card out and he'll get the call right. That's what we need. We need Gene.
it's a tough beat to end the game on a penalty.
It's a stupid beat. It's a stupid rule.
It's
It's a
a tough
stupid
beat.
game.
It's a
I
tough
was
beat.
furious. I don't like it's the first Kings
You
game
were
I've watched.
actually mad?
I was so mad. I don't even care, but I was so mad. I was like,
You
this
were.
is no way. I mean, I invested my 2 hours of time at Beer Nose 502 watching this thing, and then all of a sudden it just ends
And
with
you had no idea that a penalty would end it.
no,
So
I
they
did
called
because
a
they
penalty.
talked about it. I did because they talked about it on the broadcast of how
Oh, they
it
did talk
was.
about it.
Yeah, they made it known that like, and I thought it was stupid at the time, and then when it actually happens, I really thought it was stupid. But they did a good job on the broadcast of explaining it.
But
'Cause
dude, the
We
home
had
game
Dean on the broadcast.
well, yeah, he's on all the broadcasts on Fox. Uh, their next home game's on Thursday night.
It's gonna be a tough crowd there.
We'll see. I it might be tough to get people to come out there,
Why
but
wouldn't they put them on the road that week?
I don't know.
Like, who does
Could
the
be kinda
scheduling?
cool.
Does Dean do the scheduling? I bet Dean does the scheduling.
Nah,
Like,
Dean does
hey,
not do
let's
the
put the
scheduling.
Louisville Kings at home during the 2 days leading up to Derby.
I mean, it's
Like,
not like it's
no,
Oak night
it
or
doesn't
Derby day.
matter. Derby is it's a popular event around here. People are going to the You're not doing both. You're not doing
Well,
both.
we've been priced out of Derby. Well, now we're going to 50 Tuesday. We had this tradition. We go to Derby every year, and now we've been priced out.
You
We're
have been
going to
priced
50
out.
Tuesday.
You're spending more money on 50 Tuesday than you did at Derby.
Before
If
you
you're all
know it,
inclusive.
we'll be going 3 weeks before because we can't even afford 50 Tuesday.
You're spending more money on your 50 Tuesday ticket because you wanted the free beer and free food or the
Yeah.
inclusive food and beer.
Well, I don't care about
Otherwise, you
the
could go to
food.
therapy for cheaper. You can go to therapy
I
for
don't care
cheaper.
about I don't care about the food.
You just want the booze.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll eat. I don't know. But
I think we,
I'm was the rest of the people at the bar watching the game too?
yeah. People were openly cheering for the Kings. It was kind of fun.
Well, get out to a game. It's a
I'm
good little crowd.
boycotting until Dean Blandino is removed from his position. I'm not supporting this
Well,
league
just
any
only
longer.
watch the ESPN games because I don't think Dean's on those.
But so who makes the calls on the ESPN games?
I haven't seen a ESPN
Dean.
broadcast. I just said I don't think he is. I think he's a Fox guy, but
So he's the end all be all on Fox broadcast only.
yeah, their unis are kind of tight.
Yeah, I like 'em.
Like I kind of like the dark green with the neon numbers.
You like the different color greens in there?
Yeah, I do like them. I think they're pretty clean.
Okay.
And I like to play on the Kings with King Louis the 16th. I like to play on the name. I think they did a good job with it all.
And, horse racing is the sport of kings.
Yeah, I like it. I hope it works. Mike Rapoli was there on Friday night.
Oh, that's good. Then I hope he heard all the boos of all the fans that were pissed off.
He did. He
Good.
definitely did. And I think it might be a reason why that rule gets not changed completely, but adjusted.
It needs to be adjusted.
Also, what's the big deal to just play another possession? Play another play. Just play another play.
Also, how bad is it that there was 7 possessions from the 5-yard line and nobody could score?
Well, and that's another thing too. Like this is a minor league. Are these guys? Is it from 5 yards? Like in the NFL, I don't think that would be a problem. But and really, only one of them was close. But if you haven't been out to a Kings game, I recommend it. Been good crowds the last 2 times. Weather was a lot better on Friday, but there was a little rain before, which I think maybe scared some people away, but it was still a really good crowd. The Reds wore their City Connects, their new City Connects this
Yep.
weekend. The Braves wore their City Connects all 3 days, but the Reds just wore them on Saturday, and they wore their old City Connects on Friday. Overall, there were 8 City Connects that have been debuted over the last weekend. I'm gonna go through all these, and I want you to give them either an A, B, a C, a D, or an F.
Okay, I mean, I could probably just real quickly easily rank them 1 through 8 if you want me to, but I'll do the grades.
Would you rather do that?
No, we can do the grade. I mean, whatever you wanna
The
do.
the Atlanta Braves are rocking a powder blue uniform that was inspired by their 1980s
Yep.
uniforms. Got a little red piping, updated Atlanta script. The ATL block, which is the OTBS, that's what that is designed after.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you grade it because I
I'm gonna
really,
give it a
really
B minus. I'll give it a B
ooh,
minus. I don't hate it.
that is low. That is an A uniform.
That's not an A
There's
uniform.
yes, it is.
It's not. It's not an
Those
A.
are
It's
cool.
a B minus. It's too similar to, like, a look that they've already had.
It's an inspiration from that.
I understand that, but it's to me, it's also kinda plain. Kinda plain.
I love them. I love them. I give them an A. Baltimore Orioles, they threw theirs way back to the 1890s Baltimore Baseball Club for inspiration for the old school B on the cap. And the uniform design pays tribute to Camden Yards. They have a B Moore across the chest with a little bird on top of the R, green sleeves, little orange piping?
Yeah.
What are you giving the Baltimore look?
I'm giving it a D. I hate the be more. I just hate be more. Like, what? Get out of here with be more. Be more creative. That's what. Be more creative instead of be more.
That's the most creative you've ever been on this show.
Get out of here with that. So I'm
I
giving
hate
it
the
a
B
D.
more. I hate the B more as well. Like you take that B off and replace it with an S, it looks like they're about to eat some s'mores.
Get a little marshmallow instead of a bird. Get a little
I don't
marshmallow
like
on
the
it.
colors.
I hate the colors. Yep.
I don't like the font of the numbers. I don't really love the logo of the hat. Would you give it?
A D.
I'm going F. I hate it.
Okay.
There's nothing about it I like. The Reds, they've wore their black City Connects, the last couple of years?
Yep.
And they've still got that same C logo that they utilized on those. It doesn't have the Cincy across the chest. Now it just has the Cincy logo, the C logo with the number.
Yep.
All red pants too.
Black pinstripe.
Black pinstripe. Where you going on these?
I didn't really love the red pants, the red on red. Eh. The jersey itself, the actual, like, Reds jersey, I actually think it's really good looking. I mean, they haven't had a red jersey besides their spring
The one
training
they
looking
wear all the
things.
time,
They're spring training looking Reds ones that they wear on Sundays, they suck. So
that they
this one
wear
is
all the
definitely
time,
far better than that. So
that they wear all the time.
I'm gonna go A minus on this one for the Reds. I like the black pinstripe look too.
I like 'em. I'm gonna go B. I like the black ones better.
You like the black? I do like the black. It's close. I don't know. I have the black one, and I've already gone and placed my order with Ming Ling and Jenny for the red one. That'll be arriving to my house here hopefully in about 2 weeks
But bestjerseyoutlets.com
with 2 S's.
with 2 it changes all the time. So,
So we'll
yeah.
see. We'll see
So,
if it gets through the Strait of Hormuz, then maybe it'll arrive to my
I
house
don't
in 2 weeks. But I don't know. I'm not holding my breath on it. We'll see.
do do you like the red better than the black, or you like the black better?
I like them both the same. Actually, I did say I just like the black one a little better, but the black pinstripe's pretty sweet. I might
Uh,
actually like the red. Now I'm looking at it more. I might like the red one a little bit better. I love them both though.
it's new, it's shinier. The Royals are rocking their official City of Fountains logo, inspired by a fuchsia blue gradient that highlights Kansas City's iconic waterways, and a new twist on the R logo pays homage to the team's original 1969 mark. What you giving the Royals?
Um, eh, I like the hat. I do like the hat. It's okay. It's not flashy. I'll give it a C plus.
Yeah, it wasn't getting higher than a C for me.
Yeah.
I do I think they're clean. Like, I don't hate them. I don't love the logo. I don't love the gradient.
I like the hat logo though. I do like
I
the hat.
don't love it. I don't love
Okay.
it. Like, if I'm a Royals fan, I don't wanna buy that.
Okay.
I'm going C minus. The more I look at it, the less I like it.
I like their other City Connect one with the KC with the fountain, like the KC looking like the fountain. I like that more than these.
The Brewers honoring the Brew Crew's role not just as Milwaukee's team, but as Wisconsin's team. A water-toned base and cream accent evoke the Badger State's lakes, shores, and bluffs. And the gradient word mark is inspired by the state's beautiful summer sunsets. The Wisco lettering on the chest, the state motto on the collar, and a redesigned Barrelman sleeve patch. What do you think about the Brew Crews?
It's absolutely trash. F minus. F minus. About as low of a grade as you can give this piece of junk. It looks like a minor league baseball team from like some podunk town
Well,
of
it
who knows where.
looks I mean, when I look at it, I see Frisco.
Yes.
Frisco,
First of
yeah.
all, we're calling ourselves Wisco.
I've never and
Terrible.
look, I don't live in Wisconsin. I've never heard Wisconsin called
Never heard
Wisco.
of it. Never heard of it called Wisco. It looks awful. There's not even any cool logo on it or anything. It just says
Well,
Wisco.
there is. That cool logo on the sleeve, the
What's the
Barrel
sleeve?
Man. It's supposed to be the Barrel Man or
Oh, I
something.
haven't seen the sleeve, but the
I don't know.
front of it looks like trash. The hat is trash. Wisco, get out of here. F minus.
See,
Looks like
I
a
don't
minor
like
league
this one,
team.
but it's not as bad as Baltimore.
No, Baltimore's better. Baltimore's
I'll
definitely.
go I'm going I'll go D on this one. The pirate style word mark on the chest draws inspiration from the city's 3 sister bridges across the Allegheny River, while red accents and Jolly Roger elements bring a splash of color to the black and gold backbone that is elemental to Pittsburgh sports tradition. What you got?
I'll give it an A. I love them. I love I love the font on them. They stayed true to their black and gold color scheme. Love the hat with the pirate. What are they? I'm sure they have a name for their pirate, but Pirate Pete or whatever his name is on the hat looks great. Yeah, I'm going A. I'm going A on this one.
I'll go B plus. I like them.
Yeah,
I don't love the mustard hat. I think that's the only thing that's keeping it from being an A. Like, I don't want to rock a mustard hat.
I'd rather you rock a mustard hat than a mustard jersey though.
I agree.
And
That's just
like,
when your colors are black and gold, it just makes it tough.
yeah, I mean,
But you do
I don't
remember,
mind
like,
it.
back in the '70s when the Pirates wore the all gold, like, they had the gold jerseys and the gold pinstripe hats?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's just because 'cause they're iconic, but I mean, I wouldn't wear them, but The Padres celebrating San Diego's binational culture with a focus on Dia de los Muertos. The design features a chest wordmark reflective of a sunset, LA Katrina sleeve patch, marigold pattern trim, bone colored hat and pants, and a nod to Mexican folklore.
Yeah.
The Padres team that went to the World Series in '98.
These might be my favorite. Actually, these actually probably are my favorite. I'm going A on these. Love the white, the bone color hat. Love the color scheme, like the navyish blue with the orange, kind of like you said, like the late '90s. Reminds you of Tony Gwynn and the team that went to that World Series. Yeah, love the colors. Fits well. It all runs together well. Give me that one. That's an A. That's an A for
I
me.
I I think I'm going B on these. I love the patch on the sleeve. I do like the hat. Um, I think the reason it's kind of Astro-y to me on the piping. Like with
Mm,
those, there's how do you explain that? The one where they're famous ones that everybody copies,
the rainbow
where
looking one.
yeah, the rainbow look. It kind of reminds me of that, but I like them overall,
I like the
and
font. Love the font, the San Diego font.
I'll give them a B. And then the final one, the Rangers also celebrate Mexican heritage near the border with red anchors and a Tejas word mark across the chest, as well as a Charo embossed belt and mariachi inspired fill patterns. What you
Yeah,
got?
F. It just wasn't doesn't look like much was put into it. They just changed Texas to Tejas, and it's just a plain red jersey. No creativity on it. The Texas hat, the hat's just red with the normal Ranger tee, it looks like. It is not very creative to me. I
Yeah,
don't know. It just looks plain. I'm off it.
F minus.
I think
F minus. Like I
but
could have
this
done this in
second
5
worst.
seconds on Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
that's what it
one
looks like.
color. It's
It's
one
one
color.
color. It's all one
All
color.
I have to do is go into Photoshop, take your what you wear now, paint bucket everything red,
Yep.
cut the X out to take a J, and I've made your uniform in 5 minutes.
It's exactly what it looks like. You're right.
I've made your uniform in 5 minutes.
If it wasn't for stupid Wisco, they would be the worst, but I still can't get over the Wisco, but both of those are Fs. Terrible. Terrible uniform.
So, overall, your favorite is the Padres?
Yeah.
And I'm biased, but mine is the Braves. Dude, the
For
Braves
sure.
do got good looking uniforms.
I would put the Braves at 4th overall. I'd
It's
go Pirate. I'm going Padres, Pirates, Reds, Braves, Royals, Orioles, Rangers, and Wisco.
You're going Wisco below the Rangers. Wow. Wow, you really hate those Wisconsin the Brewers.
I'm not calling anybody Wisco. It's ridiculous.
No. We're getting close to NBA playoffs. I've talked to you about it. I think I've watched fewer NBA games than probably I have in my entire life.
Same.
Now, I will watch it now that we're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But a big reason why we're not watching is because the stars don't always play. Like ABC, ESPN, NBC, they pay all this money for these games, right? And they put the percentages of like how many times like everybody plays, and like ABC is like 43%, ESPN's 29%, NBC's 34%. Like these are all way less than 50%. So your stars are rarely playing, which is a problem.
That
And
is a
then they
problem.
institute this rule where you got to play 65 games in a season to be eligible for postseason awards, which eliminates Luka Doncic, Cade Cunningham, Devin Booker, LeBron James, and I can go on and on.
So what's the best? There's what, 80
They
NBA
play
games? Is that
82
right?
games. 82 games.
So what is that, about 75%?
So the th- the thing with the 65 game rule is, like I said, Luka's ineligible, Cade Cunningham, Devin Booker, but Victor Wembanyama is eligible. Luka Doncic has played 2,289 minutes. Cade Cunningham has played 2,172 minutes. Devin Booker has played 2,146 minutes. Victor Wembanyama has played 1,866 minutes. So he's played what, 300 less minutes than Luka Doncic, more than that. But he's eligible because he hit the 65 game mark.
Is he, like, playing, like, a minute a game sometimes? Like, what how's that possible?
I think that he has a lot of games where he comes out in the second half. I don't know. The NBA's they got a problem.
They do have a problem. I mean, they've got the tanking issue is a problem. I don't hate the rule. I'm actually the more I think about it, I kinda like the game rule instead of the minute rule because, like, if you want fans to show up to games, you want your stars to play in every game, even if they're playing a half a game or whatever it is. Even if they're not playing the full 48 minutes, at least they're playing. And so if you wanna sell tickets, you need your stars playing. So the number of games actually to me kinda does make more sense. I don't hate the rule. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Uh, but did you hear the numbers? Like the
I mean,
minutes should
yeah.
matter too.
Minutes should
Like
yeah, they
what? There
should,
shouldn't
but
be a minimum. Like if you play 65 games, like Luca legitimately had a hamstring injury, and he's leading the league in scoring, but he's ineligible because he didn't hit 65. It doesn't make it. It makes no sense. Like he actually was hurt,
well, tell them to apply for a waiver. Tell them to apply for an MVP waiver. Let it
and
go
I don't care who
up
wins
front of
the
the board,
MVP.
and
Like
maybe they'll
it affects me zero. I could care less. But it's a dumb rule. It's a dumb rule.
it's not as dumb as you make it seem.
Like
You
why
want
is there a
you
specific
want fans to
number?
show up? You want like you just said you it's the fewest the least amount of games you've probably watched. I guarantee you the attendance I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm almost willing to bet the attendance is probably down.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would imagine it is too.
Like, you can't your stars have to play.
Well,
Your
they're
stars have
not.
to play, but if they're not playing, then they shouldn't be eligible for awards. I mean, it's 75% of your games. You should be able to make that unless you're legit hurt.
Can we also talk about how stupid this play-in game stuff is that they've been doing for several years now? And it's the Miami Heat it's the Miami Heat annual game because they're in it every single year.
I feel like
Thankfully,
the Hornets are
thankfully
always
they're
in
not
there
playing the
too.
Bulls this year because it's normally the Heat and the Bulls.
I feel like the Hornets have been in it multiple times as well.
The Golden State Warriors are in the playoffs in the play-in game. They are 8 games under 500. And look, they've dealt with injuries too. But the play-in game is stupid.
I mean, it's multiple. So it's what the 9 seed plays the 10, loser goes home, winner
Yeah, and
goes to another playing game to play
the
the
7
loser
plays
of
the
the 7 versus 8.
Yeah.
I mean, have one playing game. You don't need 3
Or have 0.
or 0. I
Just
agree.
have just have
What
8
was the
teams
point?
compete.
Why did we go to this? Why did we do this?
Another TV game. Baseball did it, so the NBA was like, "We're gonna do it."
Baseball didn't do it. They have a wild card round. It's a
They've
best
been
2
with
out of
that
3.
stupid one-game wild card forever.
Yeah, but they did away with that.
Well, they're trying to replicate it.
Well,
They loved it. They thought it was a great idea.
they did away with that though.
Yeah, because it was ignorant.
It was ignorant. I agree it was ignorant.
Like, there was one year where the Braves were, like, 10 games clear of the Cardinals for the final spot. And then all of a sudden, you get a super turbo boost, and now you're tied, and you just gotta beat them 1 game. And then they
Was
had an
that
infield
the
fly.
wait, was that the influent fly rule?
Yeah, and then they had an infield fly called in the outfield. It's the stupidest thing ever.
It is dumb.
I I don't know. Will I watch more NBA playoffs? But I'll probably tune in if it's close at the end, I'll probably watch it.
That's just not I mean, I was way more interested last year because the Pacers were on a roll.
Well, they ain't on a roll this year.
Yeah, the NBA does have a problem, and I don't know what the solution is, but they got a problem.
I do think people will tune in for the playoffs, but the the regular season has just
During the season,
I think they should.
like we don't need Eastern and Western Conference teams playing each other twice. Just flip flop. Like
The
if
problem like, the
if the
problem
Bulls
with
play
all
the
that
Lakers
stuff
in
is
LA, like if the Bulls play the Lakers in LA one season, then Lakers
the
go play the
problem with
Bulls the next
shortening
season.
seasons, and this is in all sports, then your records just become everything gets messed up, and and maybe that's not that big a deal to some people, but to some people it is. Like, they've talked about baseball reducing games, and then it's just there's a lot of history to these sports, and they've always been played with the 162 and with 82 games.
So what was the difference in the '90s and compared to today when the NBA was at an all-time high, I feel like?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but, like, LeBron James is just as popular as Michael Jordan.
They weren't taking off games because 'cause they're tired.
So that's what the root of the issue is they're soft.
I think a lot
Players
of
are
it is,
soft.
yeah. If you would ask Charles Barkley on their NBA pregame, yeah, that's what he would tell you. They're soft. And look, you get paid a lot of money to play ball, so you should play. Now, look, if you're up 30 points in the fourth quarter, do I expect you to stay in the whole game? No. But you should play a good 20, 30 minutes. Like a lot, the seats are not cheap. They're coming to see you. I gave you those percentages. Like the percentage of all the stars playing in games is almost all, they're all below 50%. So you buy a ticket, there's a very good chance that one of the stars that you're going to watch is not going to be suited up. And that's a huge problem.
Yeah, and people are gonna stop buying tickets, and they're gonna stop going.
Like it's like I don't feel like it's a problem in baseball. And baseball plays double the games.
So pay these guys by the game. Cut into their salary, their yearly salary.
You shouldn't have to do that. You should feel an obligation to play.
I agree with you, but, like, you gotta somehow force these guys because they're soft, they're mentally they're soft. Gotta force these guys to play.
I don't know.
Well, how you gonna do it?
Well, that's what they try to do, 65 game rule,
But I
and
don't think a
nobody
lot of these guys
cares.
care. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares about being second team All NBA or
It's also a
whatever it
stupid,
is.
stupid rule too.
I don't know.
But it's got. I miss liking the NBA. And look, if the Bulls were good, I'd probably still be watching it. But they suck, and they traded every player they have. And I'm glad because I'm sick of watching them playing the playing game and losing to the Heat every single year. Hey, and look, if the Blazers the Blazers right now are the 8 seed on the West side. If they figure out a way to get in, even though they're 8 and should already be in, if they figure out a way to get in, then the Bulls get their draft pick. So let's go Blazers. Joe gave us a what would Joe do?
He did? Yeah. Okay.
And we're gonna close the show on this.
Okay.
Without college football, without NFL, without college basketball, I was like, dude, how long is our show? Is it gonna be like 20 minutes?
I
Like,
mean, we're
how are we
already
gonna have
over
so
an
much to
hour,
talk
so
about?
we're at an hour and
How are
9
we gonna have
minutes.
so much to talk about?
Yeah.
But we doing all right. All right, here's your what would Joe do? Never play sports again, which for some reason in parentheses it says golf and pickleball included. I would assume they are sports, that they would be included. Or never drink alcohol again. What are you picking?
Yeah, to me, this is an easy one. It sucks, but it's an easy one because I love both things. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a nice cold Coors Light or a little bourbon on the rocks or, sipping on a little, gin and tonic in the summertime by the pool. But I'm not giving up sports. Like, you give up the booze before you give up physical activity, mainly because of your own personal health and you wanna live longer.
Well,
But also, I would rather play golf than suck down a Coors Light, even though they go hand in hand, but you gotta stay active. You gotta play sports.
I
What do you
mean,
got?
I can't go against you. And look, I love a beer just as much as you do, but I just look at the benefits of this. Dude, I would be healthy.
Yeah,
Like super, super healthy
yeah.
if this was the case. And if I went the other way, I would be so not healthy. If I had no physical activity, because like like I'll do my little 30-minute exercise, but I need more than that. And to do that, I need something to play, something to motivate me. Because I'm not just gonna go start hiking. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna go start running minis. That ain't happening. So as hard as it would be to give up the Bud Lights,
It's the
they
right
gone,
answer. It's the right
and
answer.
it is the right answer. And honestly, if you're picking the never play sports again, I'm worried about you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little concerned as well.
But I mean, there's times where I don't have a drink
I
of
mean,
alcohol for two
there
for
there
2
are
weeks, and I'm like, "Damn, I feel pretty good."
there
You
are
know?
but there are people out there that don't enjoy sports, that don't play golf and they enjoy other hobbies, and, they might suck down a couple Coors Lights, and they're not giving that up, so I can see there being some people that go the other way, but I'm not
Yeah,
one of those people.
I wanna try to argue with you on these, but I can't argue that's this one.
Luckily, we live in a world where we don't have to make those choices.
But in the what's with Joe world, yeah, sometimes you gotta make tough choices, and luckily it's a fake world.
We can still enjoy our Coors Lights and play golf at the same time.
And let me tell you, one of the bigger joys in life.
It's a great combo.
Let's start off with a little transfusion,
Yes.
then get it rolling, and then yeah,
I mean, how many shows have we done?
this is 40, bro.
So in the 40 shows, and it's always a common question in a good debate, have we ever ranked did we ever do a rank the type of beers? Like a golf
We
course beer, a
no,
lake
but
beer?
we're already at 112. We probably can save that for another
No, I'm
show.
not saying we're doing it today, but I didn't remember if we've ever done that because we were
I don't
talking
think we
about.
have done it. We also were gonna rank Girl Scout cookies and eat them live on the show. We never did that. We
Yeah,
never
I
did
forgot
that.
about that one.
Yeah, my niece was eating some Thin Mints yesterday. I was like, it made me think about it. I was like,
I love a
damn,
good Thin Mint. Big Thin Mint fan.
put them in the freezer.
It's where they are right now.
Put them in the freezer.
Exactly where they are right now.
But no, it was yep. And then good night at the L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium on Saturday night for the Zach Bryan concert. And
That was blast.
dude, let me tell you,
Blast.
that place was good. That crowd was really good.
Rocking.
And
He puts on a good show.
I'm not the hugest like I know some of his songs, but I don't know all of them. But
I'm a
it
huge
was a good
fan.
show.
Yeah,
Huh?
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, it was a good show.
You know
When
who
he
didn't
played
show
something
up? You know who didn't show up?
who was that?
Carl.
Well, like, explain it.
What a terrible life the
It's
guy
not
lives.
even on his radar.
Like,
Like, I texted him, I was like, "I thought he was already going
he
because I just
loves it.
assumed he was going." He always goes to Zach Bryan.
Yes.
So when I decided to go because there were $50 tickets, I'm like, "Bro, you already going?" He's like, "Nah." I was like, "Oh, I can get $50 tickets." It's not even on my radar. I was like, "Dude,
And
I
his
can't."
family was out of town. He was solo Carl. He could
I
have gone.
just I I just don't even understand it. And
He's
then
the dumbest
Juice
fan.
did the same damn thing. "I have no interest, none interest, 0 interest." 2 days later, after the sale's over, "Hey, can I still get those tickets?"
He was busy making an 8-hour crock pot ham and apples or something. Pork and apples.
Look, also, I have a hard enough time understanding my life. I need to quit trying to understand others because 'cause I'm never gonna figure it
Well,
out.
good luck trying to figure those 2's lives out because they don't really make any sense at sometimes.
What we gonna talk about next week? We don't have Masters. We got the RBC Heritage,
We do.
but
No, we got, NBA playoffs will be in full swing. How are your
yeah, because
Tampa
we
Bay
just talked
Lightning
about how
doing?
much we're experts on the
How
NBA.
how are your Tampa Bay since you're now a reborn hockey fan after the Olympics, how are the Tampa Bay Lightning doing?
Well, our record since I
Playoff
became a full-fledged fan has not
well,
been great,
the playoffs are
but
coming up for hockey. I think that starts this week.
yeah, we still got a chance to be the 1 seed.
Okay.
Uh, they're like 2 points out of first, so they probably won't be the 1 seed, but I've caught a lot of slack from from Carl, namely, because I've became a Lightning fan, and they have not been great in the second half of the season, but, hey, this is where it all matters right here, and I'm gonna try to watch every game. I've been
Yeah.
watching some
Well, there you
games.
go. You can give us a rundown of the NHL playoffs next week.
Yeah, because I know so much about it. But it is, like, like, NBA and NHL playoffs happening at the same time, gives you something to watch every night. I guess it's exciting.
But oh, wait, no, we didn't touch on one thing, one big sports thing that's happening tonight. WNBA draft. Was it AZ Fudd going number 1 overall to
Yep,
the Dallas Wings?
yep.
Reunites with teammate and partner, Paige
I
Beckers.
don't I just think
So,
it's a little I think there could be some issues there.
better hope that they yeah, they
That's
don't
all I'm
better
gonna
hope they don't
say.
break up. If they break up,
All I'm
then
gonna
there
say.
might be some issues
I
on the
I think
team.
I may have avoided that if I was the Dallas Wings, but I'm sure they're
But
getting a lot of pressure.
it also could
Good
work out
draft.
in their favor because now that they're reunited, maybe they'll be a happier couple and they don't have to do long distance anymore. So maybe,
Huh?
they're a happier
Yeah,
couple, which equals better basketball.
yeah, because the majority of long distance couples, once they reunite and get together, it's normally successful.
I have no idea, honestly.
I
Maybe.
don't know either. I just yeah, I don't know. It's just
Be interesting to
I'm
see.
sure it's happened before in the WNBA where there's been 2 players on the team that have been together, but this is by far the most publicized it's been. And I don't know, I just think you're opening the door for a little extra drama there. So we'll see how it works out. Now they got some talent. You got those 2, you still got Enrique?
Yeah,
Yeah, they got some players.
they got some players. How did
Well,
they have
it'll
the
be
number 1
interesting.
overall pick?
I don't know how it worked.
Were they that bad
They were
last year?
no, they weren't they didn't make the playoffs last year.
Dang. Okay.
They didn't make the playoffs.
Okay.
And then Olivia Miles went 2 to Minnesota, and Lauren Betts went 4 to Washington. And then, Gabriela Vasquez went, 5 to Chicago.
I think
And after
UCLA
that, I don't
UCLA was projected to have 6 draft picks, which would set a program record for most WNBA draft picks in one night,
all seniors.
surpassing South Carolina's 5.
Dude, I love Gabby Vasquez's game. Love
Her
it.
brother was good too.
Yeah. We just all the 4 people that hung on to the 1 hour and 14-minute mark, they're like, "Yeah, I'm out now. You just talked WNBA for 5 minutes."
Gotta show love. I mean, we're an equal opportunity podcast here.
We are. We are. We are. And look, they're getting paid a little more money now.
They've crossed the $1,000,000 threshold.
They have. They
Good
have.
for them.
Alright, I think that's enough. That's all I got, unless you wanna start talking NWSL or any
No, I'm
other
ready to go eat. I'm gonna go eat a frozen Girl Scout cookie.
you know what I'm gonna do? I went
Same
over to the
thing.
Peeps' house yesterday, the parents' house, watched the Masters with dad, grilled out some burgers. Mom gave me some homemade chocolate chip cookies.
There you go
So
now.
that they're about to get crushed.
There you go now.
There we go. So,
What if you had to give
reminder
up
bef
mom's chocolate chip cookies or golf?
do what?
What if you had to give up mom's chocolate
Oof.
chip cookies or golf?
Oh god.
I'll let you sleep on that one. Go taste those
Yeah,
cookies, and then you let me know next week what you
I
think.
think I know the answer, but
Don't tell mom.
I'm
Don't
gonna
tell
sleep
mom.
on
Don't tell mom.
If you're watching live or catching later, make sure you subscribe to the Height Differential. However you listen to pods, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon. Rate and leave a review. Follow us on social at Height Differential. For the 6-6 deal, I'm the 410 Nick. We will talk to you again next week. Yeah.
Give it to me. Me.
How do I get Shirley to make me some cookies?
You just ask her, dude. Also, Bruce has got those. I've got them in my fridge for you. The
Oh,
Reds
these?
beers.
Raspberry.
They are clean.
I bet they taste better too.
They taste so good. But guess what? In Joe's scenario, we can never drink them. We can only put them on our mantle.